Hello and welcome to Amvic ICF Installer Training Session. My name is Marty McCartney and I'm the Technical Training Manager here at Amvic. I've had over 40 years of construction experience. In the last couple of decades, I've worked with the ICF products. One of my goals is to try and shorten the learning curve of people working with ICF in order to make their experience a much better experience. Today we're going to talk about many things, so I'll give you a bit of an overview. We'll do an introduction of the products, tools, accessories, and materials, footings and slabs, installation process, reinforcement situations, window and doors, alignment and bracing systems, penetrations through the ICF walls, concrete placement, floor systems, moisture protection on the exterior, interior, exterior finishing, some special applications such as short corners, etc. And then we'll show some photos of some Amvic ICF projects just to tidy it up. Introductions. With our product, it's actually a stay-in-place form made of EPS products and the polypropylene webs. You get your structure basically from the concrete, the insulation value from the EPS on each panel, a sound attenuation, you get a vapor barrier, air barrier, and then you get the webs to fasten internally and externally. ICF features: fire resistance, a 3-hour plus fire rating on our product, apparent sound transmission class 47 plus, thermal resistance. We have two different products. We have an R22 product and we have an R30 product. When it comes to holding to these webs, we have a 198-pound pull-out strength when using a coarse threaded screw. We have one of the strongest factory assembled ICF with a fill rate capacity test with results of 165 pounds per square feet. Foam panels density is 1.5 pounds per cubic foot, and we have a fully reversible block with our patented form lock interlocking system, which has a full 1-inch depth. R22 ICF is available in 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch core sizes. The R30 forms are available in a 6-inch core and an 8-inch core. Typically, we have 45-degree corners, 90-degree corners, tapertops, brick ledge forms, and T-blocks. We can do factory cut radiuses when given the proper information. Brick ledge extensions are available for forms that we don't already have a brick ledge, and factory cut height adjusters to enable any height required on the job site. We also have accessories, and plumb wall bracing is available through Amvic. 45-degree block, straight form, 90-degree form. Just to give you some illustrations, a double tabletop form. The T-block, we have a long and short version, which allows for the offset running bond when you as you go up through the build, and then our brick ledge form. We can also do the radius. As mentioned, you give us the actual radius of the walls in hand, and we can pre-cut it in the factory. It'll come flat shipped, and we'll create the radius on site. There's a quick idea on the brick ledges on the bottom left. We only have straight forms, so it means you have to miter cut those corners. And then there's a picture of a radius wall, just to give you an example. We can supply double-sided factory fabricated height adjusters, and then you can also on-site cut to various different heights, and there's some examples on this slide as to how to cut them in order to get the interlock. When it's cut on site, you actually only get interlock on one side, so it's usually applied to the bottom or the top of the wall. We have an innovative web design, 100% post-industrial recycled polypropylene webs. They're spaced at 6-inch centers on our R22 form and 8-inch centers on our R30 form. Our blocks are fully reversible. The webs will hold the rebar in place for contact splices or a non-contact splice, which I'll get into later when we get into the reinforcing section. And it allows for the blocks to be cut in half and to use the forms from either side. With all this taken into effect, we can actually get our waste factors down to about 1%. many different construction applications. When it comes to using ICF, we can do residential, commercial, institutional, industrial, or agricultural buildings. Building additions or retrofitting, crawl spaces underneath front porches, for instance. Exterior retaining walls and swimming pools have become very common. Single-story or high-rise buildings, multifamily, institutional, healthcare, retail buildings, or warehousing. They're all easily done with using ICF products. With these buildings, we end up with a sustainable, resilient, and environmentally friendly building. Here's a couple pictures of some modern examples. Multi-story buildings. Just to give you some ideas, Lawn Care Jury End happens to be a hotel chain that we do quite a bit of work with. First responders, very, very important to have a structurally sound building that hurricane areas and what have you especially, and then educational buildings. Agricultural buildings, what we found with them is it tends to be very easily climate controlled completely using the ICF walls, so it gives them a much better ability to control that, how that building performs. Certifications and evaluations. Amvic has gone through the process of being certified with the CCMC, Canadian Construction Materials Center, on the Canadian side, the ICC, which is basically the American affiliate, and then we have the QAI, which for our quality control assurances. When it comes to testing, I'm showing a list of testings here. We have a lot of testing on our webpage, testing results on our webpage, which can be brought up, and we can help people get through whatever it is they need for their specifications or to validate what they may need for building officials. And just another example of some of the list of testing, such as smoke density, etc., burn rates. We have all that available to help and make sure that people get the information required.